Hey guys, I thought I would show you a command that maybe some of you are not familiar with or don't know about, and I think it can save you a lot of time when you're laying out your sprinkler heads or making changes to your configuration. So I thought I would show that command to you real quick in a less than 2-minute video. First off, I'm using AutoCAD 2021, and the version of HydroCAD is 57.02. Art Release Client 1. So I think you guys would have 5702 if you download and install that. So the command I'm discussing today is the MoveLine and MoveMain command. You can find those commands over here under the draw ribbon under MoveMain. So again, I'm in the HydroCAD selection of ribbons under draw, and then there's a command here called MoveMain, and there's a command here called MoveLine. So what I'd like to do is I have this one branch line that is showing up right here, and I need to move it a foot to the right. And rather than having to move the whole thing and then reconnect pipe and resize things, I want to quickly use the command to move the pipe over. So I'm going to go over to my MoveLine command, or MLI if you want to type it in. Here's where it gets tricky. There's a few options here. I'm going to tell it that I'm going to do a straight pipe run. So that means it's going to do this whole section here that I'm circling with my mouse. So I'm going to do a straight pipe run. I will tell it, it'll ask me to pick the branch line. So I'll select any part of this branch line is good enough. When I do that, it gives me two choices. I can either pick the new location by eyeballing it and going from there, or I can tell it a direction then distance, which is 2 steps. So I'll pick this command called direction then distance. I'll tell it, so now it's asking me which side, is it moving to the left or to the right? So I'll click to the right. Then it'll ask me on the command prompt how far over. So I'll tell it 12 inches. I'll hit enter. And then it asks me, do you want to move the sprinkler heads along with it as well? So if I do, then the sprinkler heads will remain on top of the branch line. If I answer no, it will leave the sprinkler heads alone. So when I click no, it has now moved the whole branch line over a foot, and it has kept the sprinkler heads where they are, and it has now updated these pipe dimensions. Now it gave me this red circle here, so let's see what that says. It says diameter not set, so it's just giving me a heads up that there's a pipe diameter not set properly in here, and that's because I had already set them up as question marks beforehand. So we can ignore that. I'll just delete that error message. And I'm wondering what just happened here. It didn't like that, maybe because I was zooming in and out too much, so I'll try that again. Again, if something like that happens, there's no need to undo to try this, run the whole command again. It's missing one pipe. Just pick the line command, draw a new pipe to replace it, and be done with it. There's no need to be to try to use your detective work to try to figure out why that one didn't work that one time. So that's what I'm going to suggest in a situation like that. I'm going to type in MLI. I'll tell it a straight pipe run. I'll pick this pipe. I'll tell it direction then distance. I'll tell it to the right, and I'll type in 12. And no, don't move the sprinkler heads over. And there we go. I didn't do any zooming, and it moved it automatically. Same concept for moving main. Right now our main is 4'2" north of this sprinkler head, and it's 5'10" south of this sprinkler head. Let's move the whole main a foot, 2 feet north. So let's move this up, so that'll end up being 3'10". This time, move main command, MMA. I'll do a straight pipe run. Now we don't have any couplings broken in here, but if we did, a coupling segment would just be that one section. So the 21-footer in between, it would move up. That's it. But in this case, we're going to do a straight pipe run. I'll pick on that. I'll pick on this. It'll ask me direction then distance. I'll click that. I'll pick the north side, and I'll tell it 24 inches. And it moved the whole thing north. And again, these diameters were set to question marks, so it didn't like any of these. I will erase all the errors at once using the DL command. Delete layer. Pick on that, and they're all gone. One more method that you can use is, say you had something to reference off of. So say you wanted the main to be a foot off of that sprinkler head. I could do this. I'm going to change to an innocuous layer right now, like interference, and I'll draw a line. So I'll just type in L and enter to draw a line. I'll pick from there to there. Now I want that line to be a foot away from that sprinkler head, so I'll use my make it be command, MIB. I'll tell it the reference point is the sprinkler head. The object to move is this orange line. it's going to be 12 inches away. And now that orange line is a foot away from that sprinkler head. Now that I have a reference line to work with, now one other thing to keep in mind is I made sure that that line was not on top of where my main will move to, but kind of overlapping it. So I'm going to make sure it's over here so that the end of this pipe right here, that end is, there's still orange line on the other side of it. So I'll use my MoveMain command one more time. So MoveMain. This time it'll still be a straight pipe run. I'll pick on that. It will ask me pick a new location or direction and distance. In this case, because I have that reference object, I'm just going to tell it nearest of that orange line. So I'm going to shift right click. I'll tell it nearest to this orange line. And there we go. It moved the whole pipe over, and it's showing that that pipe is a foot long. So this pipe is a foot long. And now I can get rid of my construction line there. And there we go. So that was the MoveLine command I showed you and the MoveMain command. Hopefully this will help you save some time. And sorry it took more than 2 minutes, but there we go. Thanks. If you have any questions, george@hydracad.com or support@hydracad.com. Thank you.